Okay? Deliver a message here for you, and it's in a form of a challenge. Okay? It's a challenge. You can break up young people. You can break up the world in a couple of different categories. Right? In a couple of different categories. One set of people are the thermostats. They're the thermostats. They're the guys or the people who are setting the temperature. That's what a thermostat does. The thing's on the wall right there. You set the temperatures. And then there's thermometers. All they do is take the temperature. Right? They take the temperature. My challenge to all of you guys is to be a thermostat, to set the temperature of everywhere you go. Let's start on the lacrosse field. The thermostat fellow sets the temperature every practice. Rain, shine, too hot, too cold, wet, dry, terrible field, doesn't matter. They come with a mindset to get the job done. You're going to set the temperature. You're not going to allow other guys around you to bitch and complain and bring the whole team down. You'll set the temperature with your enthusiasm, with your work rate, with your work ethic. You can set the temperature for your team off the field by how you dedicate yourself to the weight room, how you dedicate yourself to the wall ball, doing the extra. You know, when you have an opportunity to play video games, or you got an opportunity to get some shots, you go and you take your shots because you know that you're going to set the temperature. You're going to bring people along for you. You're going to set the standard. You're not going to allow anything less than your best. The thermostat's going to set the temperature. He's going to be 100% of the time. Not when the coach is looking, or just when the coach is looking. Not just when it's your favorite drill, okay? Or you're scrimmaging finally. Now we're going to go 100%. Okay? That's no good. That's coming up short. It's all the time. That all the time effort on the field. That's very important. Not only in lacrosse, but in any sport that you play. It's important. What's of greater importance is being a thermostat in the classroom. You know, one of my favorite things of all time, guys, is the teacher doesn't like me. is the teacher's no good. Okay? So all of a sudden, that gives you, okay, a guy that's not that tough, that gives that individual the right to do less than their best. That's no good. That's a thermometer. You're taking the temperature. Wow, the temperature in this classroom isn't that good, so I'm just going to go along with it. A thermostat steps up, regardless of subject matter. It can be your favorite or your least favorite. It doesn't matter. You're going to do your greatest job in that classroom. It's going to be 100% of the time. Teacher, it doesn't matter. Subject, it doesn't matter. I wonder why a lot of great guys, some really tough guys, show up at the United States Military Academy and in my lacrosse program. Because they've done the job in the classroom first. I can want them very badly in my program, and they can want to come to my program, but there's an admissions piece to all of this. They've got to say yes. But in order to get there, they had to be the thermostat. They had to set the temperature for themselves, set that bar. If you're a 95 student, 90 is not good enough. It's not good enough. If you're a 75 student, 70 is not good enough. You gotta reach your greatest potential in all that you do. That's what you do as a thermostat. You set the temperature. Make no excuses for yourself. Don't look around to your right and left and see Johnny's got an 82 and Jimmy's got an 81. Hey, if I get an 83, I'm better than them. That's not being very tough, guys. That's just settling for mediocrity. All right? And that's not what it's all about. That's not what this camp's all about. It's not what West Point's all about. It's about reaching your greatest potential in everything that you do. So in the classroom, be that thermostat. You've got the field, that's important. The classroom is of greater importance. And then the greatest importance, fellas, is what I'm going to tell you right now. So I want everybody sitting up, guys, and I want the eyes right on me. Sit up. All right. It's this. You set the temperature, fellas. You're the thermostat in life. In life. You know, there's all kinds of people out there trying to pull you down. There's a lot of kids out there that don't feel real good about themselves. So they want to get you involved in what they're involved with. Drugs, alcohol, you name it. You name it. It's all out there, fellas. That's not a news flash here. Trying to pull you down. A thermometer takes the temperature. Hey, Jimmy's doing it, Johnny's doing it. I guess it's okay if I do it. Or I won't do it as much as they do it. So that makes you feel okay? Fellas, that's not the right way. The right way is you set the temperature. You tell them, hey, I'm not involved in that. It may not be the coolest thing right at that moment, but you'll set a standard. You'll set a standard, fellas, and when you repeatedly do that, the people you want to be surrounded by will surround you. Because they'll come to somebody who lives by a standard all the time. Not when just mom and dad are looking, not when the teacher's looking or the coach is looking, but just that's their way of life. That's the way they go about it. Anything funny? And dealing with each other. Dealing with each other. You know, you got all kinds of guys, you know, think they're the tough guy or whatever, so they're going to go pick on somebody that's less fortunate than them. They don't have the physical gifts that you do. They don't have the money that you do. They don't have the wherewithal mentally maybe that you do. And you see guys that are pointing at them, picking at them, trying to make themselves feel better because they're picking on somebody else. Fellas, the thermostat sets the temperature with his buddy like that. Grabs him by the shirt and says, hey, that's enough. Knock it off. And then the guy who's really tough, you take that person who's being picked on, you see that guy, that person, and you all know him. Maybe just a little bit lonely out there in high school. Bring him into your group. Invite him to be part of what you do. Bring him with your friends. Bring people up. There's enough out there trying to bring people down. You be one of those guys, the thermostat, setting the temperature that brings everybody up in everything that you do. Because I'll tell you what, fellas, you'll have your reward, right? You're going to feel great about yourself and what you do. You're going to bring people around you. You're going to make them feel good about themselves and what they do. Your whole group rises up. You've done your job then, fellas. Be that thermostat. Be that thermostat on the field all the time. Be that thermostat in the classroom. And be that thermostat in life. Promise you, fellas, it's a big challenge. No question about that. But I promise you, you work at it every day. That's your mindset every day. You will feel better about what you do, and you will bring people up around you. Guys, I appreciate your attention.